Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. Let's talk about the recently defeated Ryan Garcia, who has sacked, or if you're American, fired Joe Goossen after only a couple of fights. Goossen is carrying the can for the defeat. There's talk of there being a mole in the camp, and whether this relates to Goossen, I don't know what's going on. But I do know that it's a bit telling that Ryan has got rid of Goossen. I don't think a lot of people are that surprised. I'm personally not either. The knock against Ryan is that he's soft, mentally, emotionally, not so much physically. He's got skills, good skills, but he's soft in the sense that he isn't emotionally mature enough to take personal responsibility for his own actions, or all of his own actions. And of course, most fighters will talk about, they'll use the royal we did this, we fought this person, we. Well, the bottom line is you're in there by yourself. And Ryan is the one throwing the punches, he's the one taking them. He's the one that decided not to get up when he could have done. And again, I'm not big on sort of lambasting people who do quit, because we don't quite know what's going on. And as I've said in a previous video, people do quit and come back. It certainly doesn't mean they're cowards. Words thrown around and overused, but and sort of abused. But he could have done more. He could have got up. You can't blame Goossen for that. There was talk of him having an injured rib. Did Goossen know about that? Okay, as the trainer, I don't know what happened. He may have said to Garcia, look, you got an injured rib, you got to pull out. And if Garcia said, no, I'm fine, I can do this, then that's down to him. That's not down to Goossen. If Goossen knew about the injured rib and said to Ryan, you've got to fight, and Ryan didn't want to because he felt, I'm not 100%, I need to be 100% for Davis, Gervonta Davis, then Goossen is in the wrong. But all of this is sort of speculation, because none of us really know exactly what went on. And there's a lot of spin you get, with these situations. But it does seem that there's a pattern developing here, because Ryan, he left Eddie Reynoso. He was criticised for not being dedicated enough by, I think Canelo said some quite criticising words, probably constructive criticism rather than just, sort of chewing him out for no reason. But he didn't like it, and he left, and he went to Goossen for a couple of fights and had some success until he lost to Davis. I'm struggling to find a reason to blame Goossen for that defeat. I don't know. Tactically, looked to me like he was doing all right in the first couple of rounds, Ryan. I mean, in the second round, he was really putting it on Tank, wasn't he, till he got floored. But even the rounds that he won in that fight, I always felt that Tank, even though he wasn't throwing enough punches or choosing to be too economical with his punch output, I think, nevertheless, I got the feeling he was in control of the overall fight. And that Ryan, when he went back to the corner, maybe, he's the type of guy who needs the arm around the shoulder, he needs the constant, affirmation. You can do this, do this. Maybe he felt he wasn't getting enough off Goossen. I don't know. Is Goossen being made a scapegoat? And also, maybe they parted company because, through mutual agreement. Maybe Goossen didn't like what he saw. You never know. But it does suggest, having left Reynoso and now Goossen, that Garcia at only 24 is sort of struggling to find a sort of secure, safe team that he really feels a lot of faith in. If you're a fighter and you've got a team, you've got to, first of all, I much favour smaller teams. I don't like all the hangers-on and the big entourages. But I think if Garcia seems to want to find that I'm trying to avoid the word father figure, but that because his real father, his biological father's involved in his career. But Garcia, I think, he needs that almost like a fatherly voice in the corner. And I think for a while he got that from Reynoso. And probably Goossen, with all his experience, provided it for a little while. But at some point, Ryan is going to have to emotionally mature and say, I'm the one doing the fighting. I've got to take responsibility for my actions. And when I'm in there, I've got to make adjustments, maybe on the fly, And then when if I'm injured, if I'm not injured, but if I'm floored, if I'm hurt in the fight, when he gets back to the corner, he wants to hear that, some safe, secure advice. It's kind of like Anthony Joshua in a way. I think there's a similarity between Joshua and Garcia. They're both guys who want to hear sound advice. Okay, I'm in trouble. What do I do? And then someone in the corner will say, okay, don't worry, do this, this, this. You did this really well. You know, kind of beef him up a little bit. But with Garcia, I mean, who's he going to go to next? I don't know. I really don't know. Has anyone been mentioned? I don't think so. But anyway, it'll be interesting. Garcia, I think his issues, like Joshua's issues, are emotional or psychological. I don't think there's anything wrong with his skills. I think Joshua's got very underrated skills actually as well. And both have had pretty good careers so far. You know, Garcia's again, he's only 24. He can come back. So let me know what you think. What do you think about this development? Tell me about Garcia. What's your opinion of him? Get him rid of Goossen. Who do you think should train him now? Leave your comments below. I'll read them. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. It takes a second. You'll be helping us out big time. And also, you know, hit the like button on the video if you don't mind as well, because that helps us out too. But I appreciate your time. As always, take care of yourselves and bye for now.